been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Falcons and the Lions on Monday Night Prime Time.
Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Glad to have you with us, football fans. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt up here in the broadcast booth. And Brock, one side with a clear advantage coming into this one. Coming off the bye week, while their opposition, well, not only are they less rested, but they're coming off a big L as well.
Just a reality. I'm sorry, just a reality of the NFL that every season you're going to catch somebody coming off a bye who had more time to rest up than you did. And if you feel sorry for yourself, well, you're probably going to lose. When these games come along, it's time to grit your teeth and work even harder on those tired legs. You're going to see a lot of teams in that spot try some big plays early to grab that momentum right from the jump.
Young Kwaku has it all teed up. And we're underway in Atlanta. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. They're led out by someone who's fought through the doubters all through his career, and he just keeps putting up numbers. Jared Goff.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Throwing right away here, Goff. The Falcons getting close, and they take him down! And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Playing in your own building, a little extra adrenaline as they take the field. No surprise, this home team feeds and plays off the crowd. First play of the game, and already we're seeing an impact being made defensively.
First get on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after two straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down. Out comes Blake Gillikin to punt, something he did plenty in Atlanta back in his high school playing days. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. They'll be led out by the University of Cincinnati alum, drafted back in 2022, Desmond Ridder.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Ready?
Back to throw now, it's Ridder. Got a man, it's Drake London. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Down.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10.
Cut.
Ridder. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down.
Ready. Set, go.
Now Ridder. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Let's go now. Set.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal.
Come on, set. Hut, hut.
From the red zone now. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Young-Hoe Koo on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Shaheed now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And you can see he's in chase mode, trying his best to catch the league leader in receiving. Right now, sitting in 2nd place. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the 42. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, a lot of glamour in this league, but today, it's a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. From the gun, Goff. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. His 1st effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. Collects this at the 32. And he gets him something back on that return. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield. He picks up 16 on the good return. And the Falcons will take over.
Okay, ready?
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48.
Set, ready. Ready?
Blown back gets the handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
Back-to-back carries here. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll begin the quarter with 3rd and 2. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Ready. Set. Set.
Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Here we go. Here we go. Set.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When you call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal.
Set. Hut. Hut. Hut.
Back to the well again. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now.
On the double.
2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
They give it to him again. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Hut.
They're headed up the middle. And he's in for the touchdown. The Falcons get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Extra point by Q is up and good. And the Falcons double their lead to 14. Q all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he's up over 80 receptions on the season. An impressive number, and it's good enough to sit him among the league's best as well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? I'm just starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
Falcons going nickel to defend this 3rd down play. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Lions with a likely punt coming up. The Lions readying for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Punt taken at midfield. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond.
Automatic 1st down.
A costly penalty flag there as that turns 4th down into 1st and 10.
Ready, set, go.
Throwing here, Ritter. He's got it at the 5. And this is down all the way to the 3. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Drake London with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons stretch their lead to 21. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. And he's kept up the pace all season long. To the point, look, he's in the top 5 across the NFL in passing. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Back now, pressure on its way. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Braylon Trice there to meet him.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Throwing the out route complete. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives the Lions the first. Throwing is gone. He completes it in traffic. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Throwing again, it's Goff. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Goff to the air now. This is complete to Gibbs. And he's tackled for a short gain. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That's the end of 2 in Atlanta. The Falcons really spreading their wings. They're out in front so far. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports Halftime Report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Patrick Mahomes, terrific in the victory, as his guys move their record to 9-4 on the year. From there, we'll head east to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, and they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Bryce Young, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Trey Benson, a touchdown run in the victory. It was a terrific first half from the former Cincinnati man, Desmond Ridder. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. The Lions have it all set as they send this one downfield. He fields it from the 8. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Out comes the Atlanta offense for the debut possession of the second half. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
They'll run here on first down. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Come on, set. Ready?
Give now to the running back. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the first down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
Ready, ready.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. Open space inside the 40. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. They're set up at the 35 now.
Ready, ready.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Here we go. Set.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. 5 yards there on 3rd down, so that's going to make this 4th and short much more interesting.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Set. Set. Cut.
They'll run for this, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a pretty clear plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate, knew exactly what he needed to get past the marker.
Here we go. Here we go. Cut. Cut.
They'll run it from the gun. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Here we go. Set. Cut.
Here's the handoff. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Set. Go.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Ready. Set.
Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Koo on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons grow their lead yet again. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Detroit offense getting ready for its next drive. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
They motion the tight end over. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Into the hands of Gibbs. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. The Lions have possession, but this game, pretty one-sided as we start the 4th. Third and 6 for them to figure out now.
What?
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Falcons scoop it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
And it's still largely a rough outline, Brock. Not a finalized picture just yet, but our playoffs are starting to take shape. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Motioning the tight end now.
Hut, hut.
Throwing now, following the turnover. And he sails that one over the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it's 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons continue piling it on here in the 4th. Drake London with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons continue piling on to this lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Shaheed now to return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Now the Lions offense gets ready to return to the field. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go, tonight.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 2nd and 3 now. From the 37. And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. They'll go for it. Goff. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long.
Come on!
Trying again following the sack. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
Goff now, third and long. And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
I don't know why, Kate, but when I'm thinking of this series that we all just watched, I'm just hearing the sound, thud. Not a whole lot of other ways to describe the set of downs that we just watched and the results that followed. It was third and extra long, and now it's fourth and forever.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out.
Set, ready. Ready.
On first down, they'll run. Room to the right. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Falcons continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter, they all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons tack on 7 more to their lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Shaheed now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The offense headed out now for Detroit. Their failure on fourth down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, gone. Into traffic, complete. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Lions trying to do some window dressing. Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Now gone. And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
Yeah, this has been flawless, really, from every side, Kate. In order to get to double-digit sacks, it requires a tremendous amount of work leading up to this game, but then ultimately the execution of everybody. This has been the acronym of team. Together, everyone achieves more, and more is 10 sacks.
The Falcons and Desmond Ridder out on offense once again. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Hunt.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So 2nd down coming up.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away.
Let's go.
That is good on good.
Ready.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's loaded another one up. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Here we go. Set.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance.
Set. Set. Hunt.
Now Ridder. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They've got 1st down from the 31.
We go to the attack.
From the gun, Goff. Laporta with the grab. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And the defender comes away with it. Jesse Bates in to pick it off.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Now here come the Falcons on offense. And even with 3 timeouts left on the other sideline, they have this one wrapped up. We'll see if they even use those timeouts. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Hunt, hunt.
Lone back gets the handoff. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. And he's certainly given us a performance worthy of these primetime lights. This is now a 100-yard game that he's put together. So the Falcons defend their building and take the win at home. And it's harder and harder not to mention, Brock, the possibility of an undefeated season as they add another to their total here in the penultimate month of the campaign. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say goodbye from Atlanta.